Okay, so I'm one of the managers of Stanlake Park. We took over the management of the company with my husband. So he's a winemaker, and I pretty much hold the rest. Well, that was my husband's fault. In my previous life, I used to be a vet, or I was a vet, and I met him in Italy, where I was actually doing research at university as a vet. And well, we put ourselves together and everything, and he transmit all his wine passion, because with Nico you either speak about wine or you either speak about wine. So it was pretty much wine, wine, wine all the time. So I thought, okay, well, I need some proper wine studies myself. So I started the WCT pad, and I actually do my last exam in October, hopefully, of the diploma. And so, but before that, I started working in the wine industry in Italy as a tour manager. I started doing the tours or organizing marketing, and I used to work for many years in Italy in web communication. So the majority of my customers were wineries. So I will do the communication for wineries myself. I brought Nico to the UK the first time because he didn't speak English. So I thought, well, if we're going to live in this world, we need you to speak English. Otherwise, we'll be always either in Italy or in Argentina. We met in Argentina, actually. And he was working in Argentina. He speaks Spanish. So we came to England. At the beginning, we were just volunteer, working in pubs, things like that. And then he got a job during harvest for Nightingale. So he worked for Nightingale that year, and then we left the country, and we've been living in others like France or Italy again. We've been 2 years also in Romania making wine in a winery there. But I've always wanted to go back to England. Actually, this was our favorite of all the countries within our travels. So we were considering leaving Italy again, and this opportunity popped in, and we thought, yeah, absolutely. It was England, and it was the possibility of running ourselves, the company. So it was kind of having our own winery. So we said, yes, we just jumped in. I couldn't wait to come back. Nico is kind of obsessed with the length of the wines. So every wine he tastes is like not long enough, not long enough. So he is really focused on working in the vineyards and working in winemaking in a way that the wines are longer. Because he always had, if the wine is long, then you want another glass. If it's just too short, it's kind of you're drinking water with some flavors. So he's obsessed with that. And we wanted our wines to be approachable and enjoyable, and approachable in the way of style, like easy drinking wines, but also approachable in terms of prices. So we want to be in the houses of people every day, like in Italy or in Argentina, you have a glass of wine every day with your meal. So that's what we want to do. An Italian and an Argentinian can't help but focus in on still wines. And that's what we really like, and that's why we find much more interesting to make. So we kept our 3 sparkling wines, 3, 4, and we like them, and we're always going to make them. And they're always traditional method, as they should be in England. But since the beginning, we said, okay, let's improve the still wines that they were here, still wines. Let's focus on our reds. People want red. We know that rosé and whites and reds are always a kind of wine that people want. But to say that's very easy, and now I started to doubt. But in this period, I just love the rosé. The rosé is dry, and sometimes in this country there's a misconception that if the rosé is not super pale or similar to a Provençal rosé is sweet, and it's not. Ours are pale and pinky and dry and very refreshing, and it's beautiful. And but besides, I love the one that is the most complex, which is the King's Footman oak blend of Chardonnay. So it's kind of a Mersault by Burgundy in style. So that's definitely the kind I like. Yeah, I think those two are my favorite. It tastes something like from the north of Italy, which makes us laugh because Nico is Italian, although he's from the south. But it's kind of those kind of reds, cool climate or moderate climate, but much smoother. And Nico works very well with the acidity. He loves the acidity, so the acidity will be there always in the whites and the roses and the reds. Because the majority of our customers are local so far, although now after lockdown, we've been shipping all over the country, and that was like a new thing for us. But definitely, yes, in a shop, if you're local, we're open Wednesday to Sunday. We sell online as well. And then we're building actually a group of stockists or people that are just stocking our wine. And some of them are national, Elizabeth Rose Wine just started stocking those. Great Britannia in Cambridge just read since we started. So he started stocking our wine since the beginning. I can think of the English Vine. There's several stockists where you can buy also online.